not sure if that was smooth or not. Seemed a bit smooth. Obligatory cough. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Red. We love you now. Well, we loved you before, but good evening, Red. Thank you very much. Our new member. There'll be a load of free super chats going on in a minute because it's coming to that time of the month, isn't it, where everybody gets them. Mickey made me famous. We did try. We've just been going through my audio and found out Bill's was turned down, so we're all right. That's why we're late. It's all Bill's fault, not really.
Yeah. Well, your audio was messed up, and then Benny's
hang on. Benny's on. We're just going to have to move a few things.
Wait a minute. Wait
Welcome
a minute.
to the show.
Wait a minute. What's all this? We all need friends, but none are available. And no one even asked me. What's all that about?
All that about? To be honest, it was a little bit secret, that.
Well, it's really, I'll tell you what, it's nice because the way with Benny on, now we got like half of me, half of Mick.
No, we're okay now. We're okay now. We have a special screen for 3 people.
Bloody clickbait or what? We've got friends, but no one's available.
No, I did invite a certain gentleman on who can't do Monday nights, but I can't tell you any more than that.
Yeah, Benny. The other thing is, Benny, we don't consider you a friend. So
that's what we're thinking. To be
fair, you're a mate, and that's different. Anyway, first things first. If you go over to Dispergo, because obviously this stream is sponsored partly by Dispergo, and put Sexy50 and you'll get 50% off up until midnight any Dispergo branded e-liquid. So get your sins over there and fill your boots, because that is one good offer. And even if it's 2 for £15, you will then get 2 for £7.50.
Ooh, look at that bargain.
But there's another one that isn't. There's something else that isn't guaranteed, but you'll find that out when you try and put it in. So pop over and have a look at Dispergo and get yourself some Rachel Rabbit, and especially get yourself some Fizzle Drips Green Energy. You'll thank me for it later, because I think basically you get 2 bottles of that for about. Without looking at the website, I don't know, but it wouldn't be very expensive, would it? Anyway, hello, Benny. Thanks very much for coming in.
It's all right, mate. It's all right. I was going to come in anyway, but I left it. I was going to come in at 9:45, but I left it right till you went, and I thought, I'll get you fuckers.
Yeah. It was a certain quite famous gentleman that was I asked to come on, and then got back to me and said that he wouldn't be available on a Monday night, and that's the only reason I put that. It was just for a laugh. Anyway, before I go down these things, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but my daughter's been all over BBC today. She's been She's been on Good Morning Britain. She's been on Woman's Hour on Radio 4. She's been on Our Local News. And then she's also been on. She's been on Radio Lincolnshire. She was actually live on Radio 4 and Radio Lincolnshire. It's fascinating.
No. That just shows you the reach of this channel, because she was on this channel first.
That's what I was just about to say. Have you said to her, I made you? Literally, I made you.
Well, I did actually, yeah. I did it twice, love. I did it twice. She actually made herself. It was to do with somebody approached her to go into a magazine over here. I'll not mention it because I don't think she ended up going in. And then they wanted there was a well-known newspaper that I'd rather wipe my arse with, to be really honest, that wanted to pay for the christening for the kids and then take photographs while we were there. And I said to my wife, I don't want anything to do with this at all. I don't want to be in that paper in any way, shape or form. They're a bunch of scum. In reference, they were hacking the answer phones of dead children. That's what sort of people they are. And everybody.
I'm talking about current bun then.
Yeah. But it was the Sunday version, and I didn't want them anywhere near her or us. Because I said what they'll be doing next, they'll be looking back, they'll find somebody from school who said that you bullied her or something like that, or bullied him. Yeah. So I said, I don't want anything to do with that. And she had a little think about it and thought, well, yeah. I said, I'll pay for your bloody christening, or we'll pay for your christening. Don't let them anywhere near. Yeah. And then from somewhere else it's turned up. Then she was obviously she was but while she was. She had a team dealing with her at the hospital while everything's been going on, and they were really good. So she put them up for an award at it wasn't number 10, it was number 11 Downing Street, and they went down and they won. The midwife team, they won a massive award, and so that's what they've gone on and done, and it's got onto radio. Initially, it was just going to be a little bit at the end of Look North. and it's gone on to Radio 4 and BBC One as well. So that's that. So you can all stop doing that now because I'll be in a mess. So let's just go down and chat while I compose myself. In fact, Bill can do it today.
Oh, yeah, Bill can do it. All right, let's see. Okay, people, if I miss you, tough luck. All right, Andy Brothers, Savage Simon, on Craig D. Imagine that. Craig D.
Craig.
Dusty Country Road, what's going on? Craig D. Savage Kenny, 2023. Cloud Chucker, what's happening? Ian Thomas, how you doing? Yeah. Mark H. Bearded Vape God, good to see you this week too. Yeah, you were on last week. I don't know if you know it or not, but you were. Yeah. Red, thanks for joining. Yeah.
Ding.
Vapor Bunny, the armless little bunny.
I thought I fallen asleep then.
No, it's just that everybody yacked for a long time, and there's that big jump that you always get. Yeah. So I may have missed somebody in there, but it looks like most of the same ones all the way down through. Cloud Chucker. I don't remember if I said Cloud Chucker. Darn. Benny Vapes, evening chat. Yeah. John the Vaping Joker, Billy Lee Rice, Ian Thomas, again, I think, or maybe the first time. I don't know. I'm old. I forget, Connor Smith, how you doing? The only non-blue person here. Welcome, Connor. No, wait, we got CC Coils. And we're getting close to the end, and that might be it. The Late Night Vape Show gifted 5. All right.
Yeah,
Tim
5
B,
memberships.
Simon Talon,
Got
Andy
5 more.
Carruthers, Anthony
Camden.
Hart, Kerplop.
Kaplop. Nice to see you.
And that looks like it, I believe. And if I missed you, then Mark Trigwell
Oh, Trigwell, good evening.
and Tim B. And so that should be everyone, I believe.
Yep.
And
We've
if
just
I
made.
missed you, it's because I'm old and I didn't see you.
We've just gifted 5 memberships, and there's 5 more to give away.
Ooh, look at that.
But you get 10 a month. So shall we leave them on next time, or shall we? What should we do?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave them till next time. Give them as a Christmas present.
Yeah, tune
there
in
might
next
be
week.
Somebody here.
You might get
Might
a
be
free
somebody
membership.
here. Yeah.
Hello, Garrett.
Oh.
Nice to see you.
Nice
Garrett?
hi from Belgium.
Belgium. All right.
Garrett knows all about beer. He knows all about Belgian beer.
Does
I
he?
like
Does he
Garrett.
know about? Thomas Peters by any chance?
Why is he Belgian?
Yeah, he's a Belgian golfer. So
Oh, is he? Oh, well, he probably does it. Obviously, there are terms and conditions with being a free member. If you want to carry on being a free member next month, you've got to join.
Yeah. And then some guy named Net Reality.
I can never say it because I'm dyslexic.
Yeah.
Vape Gem.
Mr. Vape Gem.
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Vape Gem.
If you want to look at Graham's website, please go over there and have a look at it.
Yes.
I've seen it about 50,000 times this weekend, and there's no way I'm going to show it you.
And it looks the same every time.
Yeah. It is a very nice website, but people can get bored of looking at it.
Yeah.
Ian, it's because I'm on this channel. You see, Mick makes me look really young. It alters the settings.
No, this is
That's
what it
what
really
it
looks like. No, it's not. It's not because you're not hungover tonight.
Yeah.
God, you look rough last night. I watched it on the replay at 5 o'clock this morning. I've had a dose of insomnia. That's why I went to bed at 11 o'clock last night and woke up again at 3:30, sat there while 6, and then went back to bed and had another. Oh, God, it's been one of them weekends this weekend. And then today's been really emotional. But Anyway, let's have a buffet. Who wants to go first?
I got the Garbiter, which I was going to put some new coils, different coils in here. I had some aliens that I was going to put in, but unfortunately, the legs on the aliens are too big for the holes where you slip them down inside the Garbiter.
Really? Are they series or something then?
Yeah, they're the ones that I bought down at that store deal. They were like Medusa coils, aliens, but the wraps on the legs made the legs too wide, and the damn things are like big. The legs are. Yeah, and they won't. Even though the diameter is only like 3,
yeah,
but the legs are so big they won't fit in the damn.
Could you give me a little squash? Would that damage him too much? Thank you very much. Reds are just gifted.
Yeah, I tried to wiggle around with them and stuff, but then once you get them in, when you go to fire, it's like you get the red down at the tip of the leg, but no fire coming up in the coil.
Right.
Balls in,
Anky.
Bugs
Steam
in,
pugs.
anchors in.
Hello, Pugs.
Mr. Hinchliffing.
Mr. Hinchliffy, bless him.
Dion 78.
Dion, good evening. You should have been here 5 minutes ago. You might be a member now.
Yeah.
Dion keeps coming in and out of it, and he's been doing it forever.
Yep.
So.
See, Hanky Panky. Hanky could have been a member, but he wasn't here either. So probably.
He's in Anki World.
I'm having one of them days today, so he can have one of them. There you go. Go on, Benny.
Shall I go then?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
on
I stopped.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
I'm on
Before you
this
finish.
and this also. I'm sorry. Now go, Benny.
Right, I'm on the Jackaroo with the Jackaroo pod, and inside that I've got some of this Frosty Tootie Black Kush, which is quite nice.
You must have finished that nearly by now, yeah? $1.99.
Well, it was 200 ml bottle, wasn't it? So I've still got.
That sounds a little sexual there. It's called what, Benny?
Black Kush.
What's the name of the other part? The
Tootie.
Fruity
Fruity Tootie Black Kush. Okay.
Yes.
Well, black kush to me
kush.
I would think of green things rather than black kush.
And I'm also on the Gua with the trilogy on top, and inside that I've got some of this. Mick got some as well. We got a different one. I got cats.
I think mine was called Shite.
Yeah, this isn't too bad actually. I think I plumbed the right one. You got the Super. Do you have Superman on yours?
I don't know. It wasn't very super, to be honest. It was.
Yeah, I think you had Superman on yours. I've got obviously Black Cat.
I don't know whether did I get Super Mint and or did that
something like that? Yeah, it worked. So I'm on that, and I'm also on the box with the cubics inside, and inside that I've got some Macazar Y4, and that is me. Take it away, Mick.
Now then, I've got Mr. Overkill mod out. I thought, well, anyway, I was listening to Pugs last night when he was saying my lipo might be getting a bit low because it's been stood. I thought my lipo might be getting a bit low because it's been stood. It only had 30% left in it, so it's a good job I watched Mr. Pugs. So I charged it up to that, and I thought, what am I going to put on the top? So obviously it's a DNA, so I just put a sub-ohm tank on. And in that, this has been stood since I made it on the 24th of the 5th. Some banana cream by Y4.
Banana.
I tell you what, it's absolutely bloody lovely. No, it's a shame I ain't got a full bottle of it. It's lovely.
You got a recipe, haven't you?
Well, I must have one. Yeah, it'll be that.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
So the Macazar Y4 is that you got the juice cabin? Isn't that where you used to get that all the time? How'd you get it now?
Well, I got it from the juice cabin before it changed hands to Dark Star. You can still get it at Dark Star, and it's still the original stuff because they've got all the stock got transferred over to Dark Star. Dark Star juice cabin is still going, but Dark Star took it all over. So everything that was made by Liam is transferred over because obviously Liam's been running it since Les passed away. So he's been doing all the mixing and everything. So all that was still there from Les/Liam, and then just transferred hands. This is what I'm saying. So at the moment, if you are going to buy stuff from Dark Star, then get it now because it'll still the old stock. Whether things will change when they take it over fully, I can't tell you because I've been told that Liam's still working for them.
Is he?
Sort of, but I've been told, but I don't know if he's doing just helping them out, showing them how to mix the stuff and how to set it all up. I don't know, but at the moment, he's still the original. The tobacco stuff is still the original juice cabin stuff. So if you are going to buy stuff, buy it now, rather than wait for 6 months and it'll be all gone.
Yeah, and then find out that they're not mixing it.
And then find out it's not as good. Yeah. So I would just.
Thing is, if you've
content,
been used
son,
to,
content.
If you've been used
info. Hi, Scott.
Information. Yeah. Good evening, Scott. Yeah, thanks, mate. Lovely. Yeah, if you that is the thing. If you've been vaping something for a long time and it's a spot for you, and then all of a sudden it changes, it's a bit like changing the recipe on a Coke, isn't it? If you know what I mean.
But you don't say that to your wife, though. You try to, because I've done it before. I found out if she cooks something and you've eaten it a bunch of times before, and then she cooks it and it tastes a little different. You don't say, "Did you change something? This doesn't taste exactly the way it usually does." That's not a good recipe for a nice evening.
Is it a different mince? Have you used a different sauce? What are you trying to say?
Yeah, I found out over time that's not really a great idea. You kind of say, okay.
Just agree with everything.
Yeah.
Well,
I have done it. I have said that. It says
I have
not really a fan of this. Not really a fan of this, to be fair.
Well, not so much not really a fan of this, but I have eaten stuff that we've eaten time and time again. And all of a sudden I've eaten it and I've thought, this doesn't taste the same for some reason. And so then I go in and I'm like, did you change something in this, or is this still the same? No, everything's the same. I say, oh, okay, no problem. That's what I say. I don't say, well, it tastes weird for some reason.
I'm going to tell the internet a little secret now, because I know my wife don't watch this show. She's been making stews for years, and I've always thought, well, it's all right. It's not bad, but I like the gravy a bit thicker. The other week she made one and she put the stew pan in the oven with a load of, and it thickened the gravy. I'll tell you what, I could just eat it every night. It was that good. And I kept saying to her, "Oh, make some more." And that stew's always better on the second night, isn't it? Well, this
when it's matured a bit.
Yeah, it was getting a bit thick by the second night because it was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, we went to it. Thumbs up.
Do you have, what is it in dumplings? You have dumplings with your stew?
I love dumplings. Yeah.
I never used to like dumplings till I got till about 30. Don't know why.
Really?
Yeah. I just hated dumplings. Then suddenly I had some dumplings. I'm like, oh,
so
I quite like
what
them.
do you consider dumplings before I
don't know.
pitch in?
It's suet. It's basically it's suet. It's like a suet ball that's stuck. So it's just like a little ball, and they'd sit it on top of the stew, and it cooks in the stew and makes like a little dumpling ball.
Yeah.
With suet. They call them dumplings.
Suet?
Yeah.
What the hell is suet?
Suet pastry. It's animal product, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, here's dumplings. Dumplings here is basically
McDonald's.
Like a biscuit that you just put.
Well, it's not a biscuit. It's not a biscuit you drink in your tea.
We have this now. I'm talking about biscuits. Not cookie biscuits, but like we get these little things of you get like chicken and dumplings, for instance. It's like basically you just take your flour dough, mix it up, roll it out, put it in. That's dumplings. Yeah.
Right. Well, instead of rolling it out, just have it in a blob.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a round blob.
And then you drop it in the gravy, obviously, and it soaks some of it up. And then I put it on a plate and put brown sauce over the top of it.
I like brown sauce. Yes, I do brown sauce on stew.
What's happened, Bill?
I made the mistake of leaving the door open, and I have a visitor.
Got a bit of pussy.
Yes.
No doubt I'll have one soon.
Normally...
Usually by about 10:15, it's like, well,
say hello to the people.
Oh, look at her. She's massive now, look.
The little witch.
She's gorgeous, isn't she?
It's like, will you let me go now?
No, she don't know whether to cuddle you or kill you.
Yeah.
Like, what's back here?
Yep.
So a little bit of cuddle, and then she's got to kill you.
Yeah.
She likes you, Bill. Look at that. They're good mates, aren't they? Oh, she's gorgeous. Hadn't seen her for
Yeah,
ages since she was a kitten.
Yeah, she's gotten a lot bigger, but she's still a little witch.
She's still the same inside.
Yeah, it's when they do that kneading with the claws on your chest.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's time to get down. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff lays on your knee and then you're stroking him, and he then thinks you might drop him, so he sticks his claws in your belly.
Yeah.
As an anchor point. Oh, my God.
Yes, I'm not getting off. I'm going to stick my claws in.
Yeah, so I'm going to stay here a little while. Curry is also
You
better
don't
on the second nights, right? That, yeah, definitely.
If you're not paying attention, I'll stick my claws in.
Yeah, and then
Ian Thomas says suet is beef dripping, he thinks.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, the flour and stuff. See, that's where you had me. The suet part had me. Couldn't figure out
Yeah,
what
so
the
it, so it makes so it, like it's like you say, instead of rolling it out and making like a biscuit, we just keep it in a blob and it goes fluffy and
yeah.
So like
we take we have the canned. You all have the little canned Pillsbury dough biscuit type things. You just take them out of the can, put them in the oven, bake them for 10 minutes, and then put butter on them and eat them. That type, you don't know. Okay.
What was
we
that?
don't have the Pillsbury dough ball.
You put no, we don't have anything there.
They're just a can of biscuits. You just pop them, you bang them on the counter, they open, and then you just pull the little doughy things out of there. And
I've noticed that everything in America is called biscuit.
Yeah, when in doubt, call a biscuit.
Could have got a biscuit. Biscuit. I hope you're feeling better, Billy Lee. She's throwing up everywhere.
Oh, bless her. She was saying she felt really well. Oh, and also I'm on the Garbutter. I forgot about that.
Oh,
with some muskin still. I've still got some muskin. I was going to do a review on that today, and it never got done. But there's half a bottle left, so there's a good chance I might do that. I am going to start reviewing some of these for this lovely gentleman. QA Vape in I think it's Perth. It only looks to be a small vape shop, if I'm not mistaken. I might be talking daft, and they might have about 20 of them, but it only looks to be a real sort of small vape shop. And there's no real social media photos. So I had to pinch one off Google with a car outside, and then put little arrows across the website and the phone number just in case. So that's coming soon, probably next week now. But I was going to do it today, but everything went a bit.
I forgot the other thing is I got the Valerian going tonight too.
Valerian.
Yeah, I had a few coils still left for
nice.
it for some reason, so I thought I'd fire it up and see. So I got the Valerian on the Arbiter.
Was that the one we were on about last week?
What, the Valerian?
Was it the Valerian?
No, last week was the TVF 16.
No, when
16.
Betty Vape God had one, didn't he? No, he didn't have any coils in it. He said he'd had it ages. What was that? You both had one of them. Go on, John. What was it?
Oh, it was the Aspire.
That was it. Cleto, because I said Cleto twins.
Cleto Aspire, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aspire,
and then you did a short.
I did a short. You got 180. You got more views than the show.
I saw the short. I watched it. Yeah. Well, see, the thing with shorts is you can watch it one day, and then the next day, if it pops back up, you just click on it, watch it again. You could watch the short in that amount of time every day, so you can get a ton of views on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. I put a few.
Now, this one's got the weird thing is it's got the little deal over here, and then that just pops up.
Oh, well, that's the same as this.
The other one does it; it slides to the side.
That's exactly what the Vapresso Armor does. Because I'm on that as well, by the way.
Yeah.
With me own.
But it's one of those things where you got to watch it because if something hits that stupid thing, it opens up and dumps. Yeah.
Well, this isn't too bad.
Twist offs. Yeah.
Sometimes they make things a little bit too complicated, don't they? A thingamajig. That's exactly. It's got
to be fair, this pod's not too bad because it's a pod. But when you drop it in, it locks in place.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't spin like the normal ones.
What is it?
It's a Jackaroo pod.
Well, but it would have, when it goes down, you got you
got
magnets.
You got magnets.
Yeah, so it's not
but
spin.
No, but look, it's got cutouts.
Yeah, some of them just used to go onto a
and
ring,
it sits into there, look. Yeah, and it sits in. You can see the cutouts in it. So it actually drops in and locks into place.
Right.
So you can't. So you don't spin the full pod. I think it's quite good that usually.
Like this one.
Like if you get. Yeah.
It's just a solid plate.
Yeah,
so it just spins round. Does that still work?
That one does the same,
No,
just spins.
Yeah.
Twin Cam, what's going on?
GT Twin Cam, good evening. Nicky Maynard, good evening to you.
Legion sent me. Yeah.
Yeah, he always puts that. He's Norwegian.
Yeah. Wood?
Nicky Maynard.
Anybody else? Good evening, Mark H. Did we say hello to Mark H?
Yeah.
I can't remember now because I didn't
when
say
I was
that.
going down through. I remember Mark H because he's got
Tony
the
Lauder?
evil at the end of
Tony
it.
Lauder.
Tony Laura.
I'm saying hello
Good
to
evening,
her.
mate. I see you. He'll be there somewhere. Billy Lee's throwing up everywhere. I saw her Facebook post that she was doing real well. So it's obviously she's got some sort of bug.
There's a bug going round. There's that norovirus going round. Kids are getting it.
God, have you ever had that?
No,
I
but
had
apparently it's bad, innit?
I had it about 15 years ago.
Right.
We were due to be going away on the Sunday. And I did go away.
Norovirus?
Norovirus. It's a winter vomiting bug, basically, but transmits really
winter
quick.
vomiting bug. Okay.
Yeah, both ends. I got both ends of it, but oh god, and it just sucks the absolute
I don't
life.
get much. You know,
No.
I think it's
smoking
just a
then.
matter of Well, the other thing is, I think it's just a matter of really not getting around a bunch of people that got shit. Yeah.
I think Billy Lee's got kids. I'm sure she's got kids.
Yes.
Yeah,
She
you
said
got
kids
you're going to get shit. The thing is, you'd figure I would because my wife works in the medical field, so she's around freaking sick people all the time. You know, and then comes home, but fortunately, she doesn't seem to be a carrier.
Yeah, that's good.
I think a lot of it's come from with us being stuck in with lockdown. That your bodies, for 2 years we didn't socialise a fuck all, did they? And now we're sort of being 2 years back into it. All the viruses that go around at winter seem to be bad because I've had that tickly cough and feeling shit and sweats and that lot.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think you sort of pick it up and it's a lot worse than it used to be. You just have a little bit of a cold or a little bit of a throwing up, and now you're fucking knocked out for a week.
So I was still smoking then, and I used to get everything that went past, and I absolutely. Well, that's how I started vaping. So it was 2016. That was because I thought, well, I'd had that. I'd had one cigarette the day before I started throwing up. I didn't have one at all the next day, and I had one the next day, and then I thought, well, I might as well go now. That's it. So I went down the vape shop and got my first vape pen, and the rest is probably history, maybe.
Joe loves pooing.
Yeah, Joe sat there saying, "We've had it. We love pooing."
Who's that?
Joe.
Pugs
and missus. Joe.
Yeah,
just an hangover. Probably his mate, to be fair.
Yeah, I think the other thing is even when I'm around people, it's usually at the golf course, so you're outside and all that shit you're not closed in with as much. So
fortunately, the sink was close to the toilet. Well, I used to reckon that was the way they were designed. You had the hand basin next to the toilet in case you got both ends, so you could stick your chin over one and you over the other.
True fact is this: if you ever go to a sink, it's always the same height, a sink, and it's just sort of where your knob can go into it.
Right, in case
That's why it is. That's why it's at that height.
Just in case.
Just in case, so you can piss in the sink. The sinks are always the same height.
No, that doesn't make sense. But if you're 4'6" and somebody else is 6'8",
a normal height person
work out.
Normal height person can piss in a
normal
sink.
height?
5'6", 5'7", 5'8" can piss in a sink.
Depends where you live. If
That's
you're Dutch,
normal?
If you're Dutch, it's about 9'2".
Well, 6'4" fucking is not normal, is it?
If you're Mexican, it's 2'6".
I'd say 6 foot's normal now.
Yeah, so if you're 6 foot, you can piss in a sink.
Well, yeah, but if you're 6 foot, you can also, piss in the
I can tell you why
freezer.
Radiators. If you get a radiator in UK, they're usually all set to about 34 inch off the floor. So your ass cheeks just sit on the radiator, so you can't sit on it.
How about
That's a good
step
idea.
heights?
Because you'd knock it off the floor, off the wall.
Yeah,
Steps are always the same height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for blind. And you know why in the UK? Have you ever wondered this? That when you go to a sink, the hot water's always on the left. You ever noticed that?
Yeah.
If you go to an hot water, it's got a twin tap.
Always,
the hot water's always on the left.
Always on the
You know why that is?
Blind people?
So blind know where the hot tap is.
Hmm.
Well, all you got to do is just turn it on, stick your hand under there. If it gets hot, it's hot. If it gets cold, it's cold.
But so they can go over to it and just turn it on.
If you've got
blind people can do a lot more.
They can't
than
see,
just
can they?
I
can't see it.
I'm gonna tell you something that you're thinking.
We're going to get to hear something now.
Joking joking with you on, but when I was a kid growing up, my doctor in the hometown that I was in, my family doctor was blind.
And that
And
audience
he was
is what's
my
wrong
doctor.
Yeah. Can you open your mouth? Stick your tongue out.
with him. Yeah.
No, what it is, he would have the nurse. He would tell the nurse would come in, and then he would if it was anything to feel or whatever else he would do. But if it was something that needed to be visual, then he would say to her, "Okay, I'm doing this." He would press like your finger to see when the blood come back. And then he would say, you take a look at this, and he would have the nurse do anything that had to be totally visual. But he was literally our family doctor in the hometown that I grew up in, and he was blind.
That's brilliant.
My doctor chopped his hand off with a circular saw.
Wow. Did he carry on
purpose?
practicing?
Yeah, he's still practicing, yeah. But he chopped his hand off with a circular saw.
I don't like it when doctors practice. I want them to know what the hell they're doing. They should know it before they get there.
Come on, here we go. It's like here we go. It's the membership.
Hanky
lottery.
was gifted a membership.
Oh no! Can you take it back? Not really,
Yeah.
We're saving the other 5 next week. Apparently, you got member switched on yours?
No, not yet. No.
Well, it's ever so easy. You just switch it on.
Yeah.
And I looked in
I
there.
was going to have adverts in between like everybody else, when you've got a live.
Well, I think I might have one.
And Twin Cam says he can hear the difference between hot and cold water when it's coming out of the tap.
You can hear it, yeah. You put your hand on it, you go, ah!
No, he said he can hear it for real. He says, I can for real hear the difference between hot and cold water out of the tap. So I bet the blind people can too.
Normally it would be because the pressure's different. And certainly in our hot water is a lot less pressure than what the JD0692. We've now got 13 new members.
Yeah.
If you carry on, there'll be nobody to actually receive the membership. So just hang on a bit.
Yeah. We'll have to wait till some of these expire so we can get them back.
Yeah.
I don't think we've got that many in chat. I don't know. I was going to tell you something. Oh, that pod that Luke was showing yesterday, I thought that was an amazing idea.
He's just put on today. So what it does is when you press it, it goes, battery 100%.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
No atomizer attached.
That's brilliant.
I've got that one up there that says, "Hello, Master. I'm your new warrior," and talks all kinds of shit too. That I've had that smock one forever. That
was more of a gimmicky thing though. This one's this one I can imagine being
that thing.
Yeah, that one. What Luke was showing. If you're driving down the road, and it tells you that you're.
10% battery left.
Oh, it's just been an annoying voice.
No atomizer. Talking Viv East.
We'll get copyrighted now for pinching Luke's content. Good evening, Leo Barry. Beautiful panel of gentlemen and
outside?
Mick. I've got a heart, Leo. I've got a heart. You've just broken it.
Say, Leo.
What's
Go that way. Go. Shit.
Hang on, what's Anki doing? What are you doing, Anks? Proper Coils needs lessons in audio. It's bloody brilliant, that audio. Oh, yeah.
How's your new microphone?
I like it. This is it. Can you hear me?
It doesn't sound any different, but yeah, it's all right.
It sounds different to me. He doesn't sound as bassy.
I liked him with a bit of bass, though.
Well, I can put it back on if you want. It might be 10 minutes.
No, I like this one better because you don't have to be right in front of the microphone. You can move around a little. The other
that's
one,
right, yeah.
As soon as your face got slightly off 2 or 3 inches to either side, it wouldn't pick your voice up.
Well, the other one's a singing microphone, and this one is.
Yeah.
Well, it is. They actually recorded Billie Jean on one of these. This has been about since was it 2000? The SM7B. Right. It's the same model. And what do they call that podcaster that gets everybody in? Not Howard Stern, the other one. You must have seen him. He's on Everybody's Short, isn't he? Interviewing people. Interviews everybody, all the famous people. He's on one and all. Most Proper John's got one of these as well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, it probably does sound a little bit more cleaner, more crisper.
Well, that's it. That's the plan of it all. It don't. You can turn it fully up and it will clip, but it don't. It's still clear. It's not pleasant to listen to, but you can still hear every word of it. Whereas but you do have to turn the audio box up by another quarter. The other one I only ever used to have it set on half. It never moved from half. But the other audio box had gone. It had started listening to itself, and you could see the level of interference coming from it at the back.
What's it like for distant? Because do you have to have it up close, or can you have it a bit further away?
No, you have to have it fairly close. You have to have it that. If you've got the other pop filter on, you have to have it that far away from your mouth.
Right.
But with this pop filter on,
Hello?
yeah. No, well, that was the easiest way. I've got a big hand, so that's probably a bit further, isn't it? But if you put the other pop filter on, you can have it further away. But it does bring the sound of the room in as well.
Right.
We've just had 10 minutes of Bill saying, "Oh, you sound real echoey." And it turns out the mic was listening to the speakers.
Yeah, he didn't have his earbuds in, and then it was coming mic speakers and then back, and he was sounding like he was in like a room with absolutely no furniture in it. Yeah,
You're basically half listening to yourself
Ouch,
again,
you're a
aren't you?
witch.
Yeah, that's because you're not paying any attention. I told you.
Yes.
She wants outside. It's the
Yeah,
same shit Jeff pulls on you all
Yep.
the time. It's
Yeah, he
like,
does it.
hey,
He'll come in and give me a nudge, and he'll clear off for 10 minutes. He'll come back in and give me another nudge and a bit of more of a nudge, and then clear off, and then he'll come and lay on my feet and stick me these massive wank spanners. Fair old shovels, them, aren't they? Lol pugs, no drama here. No, he's not on about that. He's on about my hands. God, I feel like I've got to protect myself from everybody. Get on with it.
Drama, son. Drama.
Everybody's talking to everybody else tonight because they've realised we're all chatting. But anyway, we love you, by the way, all of you, now with your new
yes,
marvellous memberships.
Yeah.
Just remember, though, say after a month it will go away unless you subscribe to it. But it's only $1.99 a month, and it helps me pay for the Zoom room after the lovely people at YouTube have took their cut.
Mm-hmm.
So when's the annual drink up then?
The 27th, I think it is. It's the Wednesday in between
midweek.
Christmas. Let's have a look. It will be, the 27th.
That's the Wednesday
27th.
you're going to do the.
Yes, because that's in between Christmas and New Year, because I'm off on the Thursday, so I'm off work out, so.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're not going to do it on the 20th, huh? The one.
No. Just because it's in between and I can have a beer and not worry about having to get up for work. So, but the, what is it, stops this Sunday, does NUVS, because obviously the Sunday after is Christmas Eve.
Of course it is.
So don't, you can just call in with anal glaucoma.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to because I'm on call out as well. So,
All right.
Well, you just
Probably
tell
not.
them. Anal glaucoma will work for that too. Just tell them. Say, I have anal glaucoma. And I just don't see my ass coming into work. That's all.
yeah.
So have you got a 60ml bottle of your sweet cheesecake ready then?
I haven't, no, but I've got some other bits, and I've got some different stuff this time. I've got some Flavora stuff and
Beef vodka.
I've got a huge
Cactus
bottle
vodka.
of Yes Sweet Cheesecake.
There you go.
yes, sweet cheesecake.
So you'll need a bottle of vodka then, Bill. So get that on order.
No, I'll just. Well, first off, it's usually not on the show, but if I'm on, I'll just. I'll
means it's
do
coming
Yes
on.
Sweet Cheesecake and.
You ain't still got that bottle of Crown Royal, are you?
I think I still got a little bit in the bottom of it. Yeah, I still.
You need more stress in your life. I've had to have a week off. I got up last Thursday morning, thought I was actually going to die. I thought, oh,
I can hit the mellow fellow. Though I can do some Yes Sweet mellow fellow.
Yeah.
Mellow fella.
Get the just sweet cheesecake and put a line down your tongue and then chug on that.
and then super sweet. Yeah, that's the thing is I made this. It's a salted caramel, basically, with a few other odds and ends in it. And that thing has come out the sweetest. And I even tried this time when I made it, I tried to cut the super sweet down because I only put it at like 0.25. And it's still, once it's steeped about 3-4 days, it's like almost sugar.
Sweet as hell. Yeah.
Is it?
And it's not the super sweet that's doing it. I don't really think it needs super sweet in it, to be honest with you. It comes out really sweet. I think the thing that's coming out real sweet, I believe, is the Flavor West salted caramel. And I think it's just
probably because it's sweet anyway. Sort of, but you've had a little knock 20.
Thank you very much, GT Twin Cam, for your 20. I don't know what that is. What a knock is.
20 knock. It's is it
Norwegian?
Swedish,
is it Norwegian crown.
Norwegian. Yeah,
Norwegian crown, son. That's what it is. Norwegian crown. Thank you very much.
But you've got to say that now.
Alexa, play bagpipe music. Freedom.
Hashtag freedom.
I actually
I'll
saw
tell
him
you
sing
what,
that live,
you don't.
but not in Scottish.
Alexa's out there. Alexa listens all the damn time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah.
It is so ridiculous. It gets to the point to where it's semi scary, and then it pisses you off and whatever else. Because I was out there the other day, and I usually always have 2 eggs, bacon, sausage, toast for breakfast all the time. And I told my wife, I was like, I said, I think I'm going to have pancakes or waffles this morning. Where's, whatever mix? And she's like, oh, it's over there in that cabinet. So I mix it. I come back here. Now, Alexa's in the kitchen in there where we were at. I come back here. I set my stuff down. I turn on YouTube, and it recommended a pancake mix for me to watch how to make these pancakes. And I'm like, the only place it could have got picked up in there would have been that.
Yeah. Google does it. We have Google Home. And
catch you later, Kenny.
You'll be sat there see you later, Kenny, mate. We'll be sat there sometimes, and it'll just randomly go, I didn't understand what you said. I never fucking said out to you. And then it'll say, playing local radio station. Yeah. What the fuck I don't want to know what we're doing. Just turn off.
But it listens in even on that. So I walked back out into the kitchen, and I looked over and I was like, Alexa, stop listening to my freaking conversations. And it's like, I don't whatever else. And I was like, Alexa, stop listening when I don't address you. And then all of a sudden I heard bloop, and it just went and shut off.
And now when you want to use it, it's broke.
No, because I walked back in a little while later and said, Alexa, what time is it? And she's like, it is 12:47. I was like, where?
Did she sound a bit grumpy? Like you told her off.
Yeah. Don't you talk to me like that.
But the other thing about it is it's like even when you're in your car, because like I've got the like the Ford app on my car, because it'll start your car, tell you how much gas you got and everything else. And I swear to God, if you talk about something as far as vehicles go, or as far as like an oil change or whatever else, the next thing you know, you'll get back in here and you'll get something in your email or whatever else concerning the same shit you were talking about in your car. So they're listening to you in your car too.
Wow.
Well, I've told you when you've been on show, I get all videos about fucking golf.
Yeah.
I get recommended videos about golf.
It's the same. Yeah, I'm that way with Graham. I would come into just in Zoom. We would come into Zoom, Graham and I, and he would be talking about.
You're gonna have to give me a minute. I'm just gonna go down. Gonna have to turn Alexa off.
Okay.
Alexa, order that 54-inch TV.
Yeah, and Graham would be saying something about some games that he's playing or whatever else. And the next thing you know, I go on YouTube and it's like all these damn gaming channels over there on the side. And I'm having to put not interested, do not recommend channel, do not recommend channel. And it's constant. It doesn't matter where you are. And I love it with these people that go around and saying, you got to watch it. They'll listen. They're listening constantly anyhow.
Yeah. Like Anchor just said, I'm breastfeeding. That's on my Instagram. I'll get his breastfeeding videos. I've never even mentioned breastfeeding, so now I've got breastfeeding videos.
I'm not reading any more super chats out. What's got the mention of Alexa in? Thank you.
Yeah,
it was playing Hard Habit to Break. I don't know how it worked that out. I kept thinking, why is Next Door's playing loud music?
I mean, they could have picked a lot better Chicago song than that. Jesus, 25 or 64, something with Terry Cass.
It was
not the
Ed
later
Sheeran.
shit.
Ed Sheeran. Is it Hard Habit to Break? It was an Ed Sheeran song, and it was
No,
flat
Hard
out.
Habit to Break was Chicago. That was Peter Cetera in Chicago back in the early 80s. Yeah.
I was trying to work it out. I thought he was playing bloody music. It's in the kitchen downstairs. How did he hear that? He didn't hear it when I shouted.
When
it
I
didn't
were,
hurt me.
you know, when I went down to last year, I went down to Hyde Park and watched Billy Joel.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Robbie Williams is on there this year, so I thought, I don't mind Robbie Williams. I'll go see him. I've seen him before.
Yeah.
Thought, be a nice little trip out. Get a hotel down there and go see that. It was, on a Saturday. Guess how much the tickets are?
I'd say 400, 500, somewhere in there.
It's 100. 111 for the cheapest one.
Well, then you guys are getting it cheap over there. I'll tell you that right now,
142 was the one that they recommended, which was sort of like the middle tier. £142. I'm like, I like him, but not 142 fucking pounds worth.
Well, here the Eagles are playing at Rupp Arena here, and the nosebleed seats. I'm talking about way up at the top, where you basically are probably sitting behind it. Is over $800.
Wow. This is outside though, isn't it? Hyde Park. It's in the field.
Yeah, Hyde Park's outside. Yeah.
So if it chucks it down, it chucks it down, and
it's whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no covers or anything like that.
No. It's nice though. It's different. I thought it was going because it was outside. I thought it'd be a bit like like you go to one of these festivals where they have beer tents, and things like that. It's all done up like a little village.
Oh, lovely.
It's like a little village. When you walk in, all pubs are like proper pubs. This kind of fixtures, cardboard fixture, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But it looks like you're walking into like a Spanish Italian sort of village, like with all stalls set out. It's really good. Brilliant. Really good. It's an experience. I definitely recommend anybody going to it.
If you ever go to Den Haag and go down onto the beach there, they put all season. There's all like a wooden village on the beach with all bars on the beach. It's absolutely bloody fabulous, gorgeous.
Yeah, that's what this is. Like I say, it's exactly the same. It's like all the wooden facade at the front.
Yeah.
And then but it looks like a little village.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. We walked in and we're like, fucking hell, what's this place?
It's amazing what they're doing. It must be like, I've never been to that type of thing. I've only ever been, the biggest one I ever went to was George Michael, and that was in Emirates Stadium. We were we went right up in, we had good seats actually, and the day we went, I think it was July the 15th, and it was coming down like stair rods. It was I've never seen it piss it down so much in July.
Yeah.
And it was literally like this, and they were all soaked. You could see them thinking, oh God, I can't wait while he sung the last song, and he did 2 encores, and by the second one they're gone. They were all going out the door like they were drowned rats. We were really lucky. We would say we actually, by a bit of a fluke, I'd got the seats for standing, and then I was staggering about paying for them, and they'd gone. So I ended up paying a bit more, and it was just an absolute fluke. It was brilliant. It was a cracking thing. Sophie Ellis-Bextor was on first.
All right. They've just built a new stadium in Manchester, haven't they? A co-op one. It's massive. It's like bigger than Manchester Arena and Sheffield, and it's like where like the one at Leeds Arena that can hold like, I don't know, 30,000.
Yeah.
Manchester were like 35,000. This one likes 120,000 for an arena.
Is that what they get in the MEN? They get 100. They get that many in the MEN Arena, do they?
Well, no, it's a different arena. It's different.
Is it covered?
Yeah. It's the biggest arena. It's the biggest indoor arena in UK, apparently.
They use them for all sorts, don't they? Basketball and they have an ice rink underneath and all, don't they? And they do dancing on ice and that in them.
Yeah, 120 it'll see.
Wow, 120,000.
So
the only problem is where have they actually built it then? Have they built it just off the motorway?
I don't know. The lad were on about it, saying that they got tickets. They were going to see someone, and they got standing. But the place holds 120 people with standing, like floor space. 120,000.
Yeah, the thing about someplace that large though, when you start getting into places holding that many people, and you go to a concert and you're in one of the seats, you're better off just listening to the freaking CD or the album or something. You're going to be able to see shit. Yeah.
One of the best ones I went to was Metallica, and we were level with them nearly, or just maybe a little bit further up. You could actually see the features of them when they were singing. You could see it that easy. They were brilliant seats. They were. And I took my wife to watch Enrique Iglesias, and we were in the nosebleeders where Bill was on about. And I'm not scared of heights or anything, but when you stood up, you were a bit conscious about falling over and rolling down the stairs.
Craig says it holds 23,500 next Etihad Stadium. I'm sure it holds more. There's one that holds more than that. I'm sure it holds more than that. It's a bigger one than thing. I might be wrong, but that's what we're told.
But the thing about it is with those, they make them like that too. They don't have it coming back here. When you go up, when you go to sit down, it's like you're sitting on the side of a mountain looking down. I mean, exactly, they don't build them at a gradual going out. They take it up higher, and it's almost like when you stand up, you just feel like you could just fall right down into the middle of the arena.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a theatre when you get the cheap seats at the top? Well, it'd be no good for you, Mick, because your knees would be in your fucking eyeballs.
They are anwe
I've been to the theater. Like I went to Lexington Opera House and watched. Who was it? We went up there and saw John Prine, and we had like the balcony seats, which kind of overlook the stage. They come out at the Opera House and kind of just you sit right there and look right down on the stage. And we were in the front row. Those are some of the best seats you can get. Nobody can walk in front of you because you're up here and you got the seat just looking straight down on the stage.
I put 20,523. I must have heard it wrong. Then I must have heard it wrong.
It's still a fair size place for an arena because with the roof on, won't it? So it'd be lovely. It'd be nice. That.
Yeah.
It needs something, though, really. I mean, end's a bit too middle in the middle.
Yes. When you get, like I say, when you get up to the top of them, though, it's like I went to watch rugby at Manchester's, at Manchester Stadium, and we got the cheap ones because that's all they had left. Fuck me, how anybody pays a fortune to go see Manchester United? We were right at the back row. All I could see was the bottom of the scoreboard.
Yeah,
and little fucking Sabutio men running around.
I went
to
watch
ambience, don't they?
Yeah, I went to watch a NASCAR race in Indianapolis, and that track up there is 2.5 mile oval.
Wow!
And so you were sitting there, and when the cars were in the corner where you were at right there, you'd see them. And then they're 1.5 miles down that way. You didn't see nothing. I mean, it's like the only time you ever really got to see the cars at all when they were racing was when they were right in front of you. And you were sitting there for, 4 hours during this damn race. And then, 5 minutes later, it's like, oh, this is great.
I suppose the best place to be sat is on the bend, isn't it?
Well, I suppose so, yeah.
You'll get them coming towards you. Then you might, saying that, the bends like this, I've walked around one.
Well, all the wrecks happened in the corner we were in. That was the only good thing about it. So we did get to see all those. But the poor people 1.5 miles away down at the other end, they wrecked, and they were just sitting down there waiting on something to happen.
Well, it's when people go watch the Grand Prix, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? When they go watch stuff like that. And it's miles. It goes for miles. And you might see this one car every freaking hour.
Is here again. Same as rallying, isn't it?
It's like going to watch a marathon. You see them go by you, and unless you get in your car and drive down,
unless you get on a bike and ride down the side of them.
I don't get it. Why people go to watch it and just say, sit there like you're only going to see them once.
Yeah, and it's kind of like when you're talking about a lot of sporting events. To me, they're much better watching them on TV because if you go watch it live, you miss a lot of the action. If you're watching American football, for instance, you can't tell who's got the ball, where it's at, or anything else from half the place you're sitting. And then hockey, the puck's traveling so damn fast, you have no clue where the damn thing is. Yeah. But if you're watching it on TV, they keep track of every damn thing going. And,
Billy Lee, you're right. Banger racing is so much better. I love banger racing. It's especially if it's on a shale track as well. They used to do it at Boston Speedway. And because
they do, Skeggy's got the biggest one, hasn't it? Banger racing.
It has, yeah. I've got a photograph of that.
Is that like dirt track?
Yes.
No, shale.
Yes.
It's
I don't know what it's like at Skeggy, but it's
a lot of them use shale. Then it's nearly the same. It's nearly as hard as tarmac, but it still moves. So you still get.
The dirt track, the little dirt track races when I was growing up, those were the best ones to go to because one thing is they'd have the figure 8 racing where the track was an 8. And then they would come, one car coming this way, one coming this way, and they're trying to miss each other. And then they would have the demolition derby, where you basically just went around trying to plow into everybody, backing into them with a station wagon and shit. Those were the best ones to watch.
Yeah,
they're
Connor
responsible
just said
for-
about Skeggy.
Have you been there, Connor? I've been past it. I've never been to it. It's big. It's a big business, that. Been to Silverstone. I've been past Silverstone a lot. I used to go past once a week. You had to go down the side of the track to go to the school behind where I dropped off on a Sunday night. And if you ever went when it was race time, it used to take an hour to get off the bloody motorway. It was a pain. Look up Bill Cross or folk race, Norwegian and Swedish banger rallies. Super entertaining. I think with that, it's quicker. That's the thing with banger racing. It's only, I suppose, the track's half a mile long, so you see a lot of it, don't you? And it's so, especially with shale, they're not drifting so much and they don't go out of control so much because it's nearly tarmac. It's that hard. Just what they used to.
Scott used to do banger racing, apparently.
Yes, he still aches.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. They're responsible for a lot of classic cars disappearing, aren't they?
Yes, yes, yeah, yes.
When you used to buy them out of a garden for 150 quid, weld the doors up, shut a few plates in a roll cage, and then they probably only lasted one particular day.
Well, yeah, but at those cars, when they were building them back then, those cars, you could just take home, bang them out, bang out a few fenders or whatever, and go back and do it. Now everything's made out of plastic. You put a couple of them in the demolition, it's just like, be like one of them cartoons where the whole car falls apart.
Yeah, you won't be able to do it on a new car, would you now?
No.
You won't be able to do that on a new car, being pieces, like say, 5 6, wouldn't it?
Imagine doing that in a Tesla.
Yeah.
Well, even back then, you wouldn't want to do it in a Corvette because they were the fiberglass body. So like
Teslas are mainly plastic.
Yeah.
Brandon Coventry.
CC had one. They used to have motocross in Bradford. That's what they used to do there, motocross.
What, rally for motorbikes?
For bikes, yeah. It used to be one of the biggest ones in thing up at Ordsall Stadium. So outside of the rugby pitch was the motocross.
Wow. My brother took about 30-year-old. He thought, I'm going to have a go at this.
Yeah,
So
Connor said the sensors would make it automatically break.
That's right. Yeah.
That plus the fact that unless you had the automatic engine shut off thing done, it would cut your engine off until you hit the gas again.
It would just catch fire, wouldn't it, at some point? Yeah, he gets his motocross bike and he gets on it and he went flat out, goes over about 2 bumps, falls off, breaks his collarbone. Goes to a sports specialist, gets it fixed pretty quick. Next thing, goes out again, falls off, breaks his collarbone. That was the end of that. And he said he said there's these 8-year-old kids coming past you at 300 mile an hour, like, yeah. He don't stand a chance. Anyway, he decided it was going to bother. Since obviously we had a lot of runways in Lincolnshire for World War II, and they turned them into the one at Blyton. Most of them they reclaimed the land apart from the Perry tracks, and they just use them as a road to the fields. But the one at Blyton they turned into Blyton Park, which is a proper raceway. You can go and have corporate days and stuff like that. They have all sorts of things there, Batman cars and all sorts.
That's more drag racing, though, isn't it?
No, they do rallycross, which is when I went, it's years and years ago, but it was Escort Cosworth, and half of it's dirt and half of it's tarmac.
Right.
So
there's one at York that used to be a privately owned airport, and that's now where you go do. That's where I went to drove the Ferrari. Yeah, you go, on one of these driving days.
Yeah. I did ask them if I could go and point a camera at the cars coming past. I sent them an email saying, would you mind if I come across and did that? And they never ever got back, so I presume they didn't want me to. I just thought it'd be nice to ask rather than turn up and become a what do they call them? Auditor. I tell you what, people watch
talking about videoing. I was in Taco Bell on Sunday, and a guy was in there with his family, and he must have been, I don't know, he must be, we're called like Caddy Boys, it was called. So Caddy and then Boys with a Z. And they must have either a Twitter, an Instagram, or a TikTok, or on YouTube. And he had, what Little Bro's got, and Vince got them little camera. He had one of them on the table while they were eating Taco Bell.
GoPro.
I saw him pack it up when he were going. So he must have been videoing himself.
Slightly different. They're about 400 quid out there.
DJ Pocket, whatever it is. Yeah,
and they're only like that, aren't they? It's 4K, aren't they?
Yeah, he was recording himself.
Yeah, that's what Little Bro. If you look on Little Bro's channel, he recorded at the Expo with his.
Yes.
And they look really good. They look, if you're rather than carrying a phone out on a gimbal, because, I mean, I carry mine out like it looks like this now because it's one of them Pro Max.
You just use a GoPro?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, but they're
Well, this one it does
GoPros
like
aren't
360. You can spin it round towards you and back, so it'll spin backwards and forwards.
GoPros make them that'll do 360s.
Yeah, but it's just an option. It's another option, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mark Fagan bought the latest GoPro and sent it back, so it was shit.
Yeah, he's overheated all the time, didn't it?
Yeah,
That's what GoPros have a problem with, is overheating if you use them too long.
Well, that you shouldn't stick them up your butt, and that's probably what they.
Yeah. Well, apparently, because they're supposed to be made for outdoors. What is it we're on about? Mike Vapes was saying, because he used to use them in his car, and he said you'll have them recording for so long, and because they've got no cooling on them, they'd overheat and shut off. Because they're used for like people on skateboards and bikes and things where you've got some wind passing through it where it'll cool the actual chip down.
So if you pass wind, you can keep it from doing that?
Yeah, well, you could do, but I don't think you'd have enough wind, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, especially if it's
depends
stuck
on what you
dashboard.
ate, you know.
Be a bit of an
enough
awkward
of them dumplings, you could probably do it.
all them biscuits.
Yeah.
If you, you'd probably have a bit of a trouble getting your arse up towards your dashboard when you're driving down the road.
Yeah. You have to drive the window open all the time.
To get your ass up on the dashboard, you just lean over to her and say, "Hey, could you lean up on the dashboard?"
imagine driving down the road and you drive past a cop and you've got your arse on the dashboard and one says to the other, "What's he doing?" No, it's all right. He's calling his GoPro.
It's just cooling his GoPro down, yeah.
I raced Mark II Escorts. Raced the Mark II Escort Harrier I bought from the salvage auction with a small underbonnet fire. Yeah, it would be worth 10k plus. Because they were the favourites, weren't they? Cortinas, Mark II Cortinas, Mark II Escorts, Mark I Escorts. And they're selling at 30 grand, aren't they, some of them?
Yeah, that's what Pugs is saying.
It?
He had a Mark I Escort Mexico, how much was that way? And GT said he had a Mark II Golf.
Yeah.
Oh, Golf? Yeah.
Volkswagen
Connor
Golf.
Smith said that the day after Taco Bell, you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Especially
You
if you
didn't
had a
call them
biscuit.
golfs over there, did they? They didn't call them golfs in America. They called them a bunny.
No,
Bunny?
I don't know.
Yeah. Was it a rabbit? They called it a rabbit. They called it golf
the
rabbit.
Volkswagen Rabbit? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a golf. That was a golf
Volkswagen
GTI.
Rabbit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
they
a golf.
were like
Just a
they were
piece of-
little, basically pieces
shit.
of crap. Pretty much is what they were.
Yeah, well, that's a golf G. I'm sure that's a golf GTI. It was a rabbit over in America.
Yeah, it was a rabbit. Yeah.
They were, you can't imagine that, can you? Just go out and buy yourself a GTI and somebody calls it a rabbit.
Yeah, they called it a rabbit for some reason. Yeah.
I suppose they
And they weren't. They didn't go well. Out of the show.
really.
Yeah.
They were
No.
one of the highest selling cars over here for years.
Yeah,
It was a
over here,
Polo.
well, GTI. Yeah.
Well, they called him a rabbit.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah, we called it a rabbit. Yeah.
Rabbit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's better than buying a turtle, I guess. But it's not. I guess they figured rabbit would be fast, so people would think it was fast because it was a rabbit. But it didn't work.
He said it would have mint
Yeah.
2-door 16-valve GTI before I ruined it rallying.
Wow. That'd be worth. Mark Ones are worth some money now. My brother had a Mark One, put a roll cage in it and all sorts when he was younger. Struck brace and it was pretty smart.
Yeah.
He put some wheels on it and they were that low profile. If you went over a fag packet, you used to smash your fillings. Yeah, that's right. If you read Practical Classics, which sometimes I do, somebody mentioned that in a show the other day. I know it wasn't nothing to do with vaping, it was something else I was watching. He was looking at a car that had featured in Practical Classics and I never followed up on the video. If I read Practical Classics for quite a while because a lot of the stuff in there was 80s and that's what floats your boat, isn't it? Capris and Granadas and stuff like that. My uncle had a Sierra XR4i and turned it into a 4-wheel drive. I bet they want a lot to do because they used to do an XR4x4 as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Scorpion. They did a Scorpion 4 before, didn't they, as well?
Did, yeah.
Which was a cheaper version of the XR one. I had a Mark III Cortina covered in rust, but you can't take a bird on a 29 bus.
You can if you want.
Y'all have the 240Zs, the 280Zs.
We did, yeah. Yeah, there were rock boxes over here. This Datsun. Well, we probably had a 140. I don't remember.
They did a
240.
two. They did a two. They did a two.
They did
That
a
was
240, a 280. They did a 3.
I think the 3. I think we had the 3. I think we had the 3. We didn't have.
They came back with like the 3 here. A while back they tried to redo it and rebrand it. Nissan did, but just.
Well, do you know why it was called Datsun originally? Did you know it was called Datsun? It was called Datsun.
It was called Datsun over here, yeah. Well, they used to call
it was called Datsun
in the US, didn't they?
Yeah, it was called Datsun everywhere.
Yeah, I had a Datsun. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's Nissan. It's Nissan.
Yeah, Nissan, yeah.
Nissan.
It was called Nissan.
Right.
Yeah, well, they didn't change it. It was always called Nissan, but it was called Datsun because it came out after the Second World War when Japanese had been in the war. So they didn't think that a Japanese car would sell in Europe and America. So they called it Datsun to sound German. And then it changed.
Datsun really sounded German. It's the bad thing about it was everybody here knew that a Datsun was a Japanese car. So.
yes. But that's why they did. That's why they call it a Datsun. That's why they changed it when it got to 80s and started calling it went to Nissan Datsun and then went to just Nissan. But it was always Nissan.
I had an 83 Datsun 310 GX.
Yeah.
So
what size engine would be in that?
Little 5-speed. It wasn't that big. I don't know. I can't even remember back. Shit, that's been 50 years ago. I don't remember what size engine it was in it. But it had a little bit of pickup, and then I had then later the one that I really liked. I had a little 2-seater. It was a Nissan Pulsar, and it had the T-top roofs.
Oh, nice.
Just take out, you stuck in the trunk, and then you had a little T-top, and that son of a bitch.
We didn't have T-tops, did we?
I'd head up the interstate, like going up to pick up my mom. It was like a 4-hour drive up there, but going up the interstate, and that little son of a bitch would cruise at 120 mile an hour going up through there. You just could sit there and you couldn't even feel you were moving hardly. It was really nice.
Sat on the floor as well, like driving a go-kart.
Yeah.
Let's put an image in. Don't know what that is.
Oh, I'm not clicking on that.
Never click on
one of John's links. It's a bit like clicking on one of Graham's.
Maybe that's the image where we get the overtime, Benny, because
That's the only trouble. You get chatting, don't you? It just disappears, doesn't it? The time just disappears. I've really enjoyed it tonight, to be honest. I've got to say it's been a bit of an harrowing day with all the things that's been going on. But
thank God we don't have any friends available.
Therapy. I'll tell you about that in a minute, but hopefully at that point that person will come on at some point. It was I just thought I saw, because obviously I reused the settings from before, and I thought, what can I put here? So I'll put that. So it is coming to that time. Thank you very much, Benny, for popping in and being an available friend.
I was an available. Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you very much to our new members that have been gifted, and to Red, who joined as well. We love you all. And I say, if it disappears in a month, it's a monthly subscription, so you'll probably go on. Just click on that link then, Benny. Let's have a look.
I've clicked on the picture. I think he wants us to show it off. I'll
go on then. Give us a share, because I can't do it, can I?
Did I cover my eyes?
Was it that one?
It'd be still there with his tadger out something.
No, I'm sharing us.
Oh, hello.
Hold up.
Who's that?
I don't know where it's gone. I'll click on it again. Where did it pop up to? Oh, there it is. I'll click off these things and then I can share it now.
Noob.
He doesn't let me share it, does he? Because he's always...
There you go. That's what he's wanting.
Always...
Look at that. Is that a GXL with the fancy Rostyle wheels?
So I had that one. That's what I had.
Yeah. Was that the Mark IV?
Yeah, is that the Mark IV? I had. He wants the Mark III, so he wants that one. So I had the Mark IV.
The Mark II was more square, and the Mark I was looked like a Batman car.
Yeah.
I was watching a thing earlier on YouTube today, and they were talking about the 10 slowest cars in the 80s, and that car was on the list.
yeah, Cortina, yeah.
It said that it would go from 0 to 60 in like 17 seconds or something.
Well, like 17 hours, mine was. It was in shit brown as well, mine.
Oh, that beige, that shitty beige. The bloody awful.
No, it was brown. It was brown, Mick.
Oh, it was dark brown with it. Oh, well,
it was just a shit brown colour.
They used to do a beige one as well, and you used to look at it and start yawning. It was that beige. It was awful. I'll just share your story before we disappear. I worked with a guy at the Sugar Beet factory for a while, and he was a bit of a teddy boy, a bit of a cool guy, really nice lad. And I got chatting to him, and he said he bought one of them. And he said he left it just as it was. But he said what people didn't realise when they got to the traffic lights is it come from Australia.
Ah.
It got a V8 in it, standard.
Yeah, they
standard
did,
V8.
yeah, because they used them in
Yeah.
police cars, didn't they? And that?
Yeah. And he said, you used to be sat there and be thinking, I'll just get past this old Mark III. And he said, you used to put your foot down and you could just see him in the background scratching the red like that. He said it was perfectly standard. Was that old Mark III made it fantastic banger and just hard as nails to fold the wings in. Right, everybody's got the and if you have got the Zoom room, you're more than welcome to come in. And we'll be pleased to see you. Get yourselves in there.
I've said this, Craig. Can it?
Oh.
Steampunks,
If
if
you-
you want
if
to come
you-
in, I will be the referee. It's not a problem.
If you do need a link
Some-
to it, message us on Facebook and you will get one straight away. So we'll see you over there. Everybody welcome.
The only thing is, if Hanky comes in, he'll be naked. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So if you can't put up with that, don't bother.
I've seen worse, like me naked. Anyway, we'll catch you soon, everybody. We'll catch you next week. We have got a guest on next week. And
See you later.
we'll be pleased to accept him. See you soon. Thanks a lot.
If you get Mick on Facebook, I'll give you a link.
All right. Oh, Bill. Catch you soon.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
Bill. Bye.
Probably don't have Bill on Facebook. Bill don't have many people on Facebook. I got a few.